What if I told you there are places on this planet so incredible, so absolutely mind-bending that they'll make you question everything you thought you knew about travel? We're not talking about your typical Instagram hotspots here, oh no. These are the destinations that will literally rewire your brain, the kind of places that make you stop dead in your tracks and whisper, how's this even real? From glowing caves that look like alien worlds to beaches where you can literally walk on water, from forests that sing to you to lakes that change colors like mood rings, buckle up because we're about to take you on a journey to the 22 most insanely unique places that most people will never even know exist. Trust me, by the end of this countdown, you'll be frantically Googling flight prices and wondering why nobody ever told you about these places. So grab your passport dreams and let's dive into the most epic hidden gems our planet has to offer. Number 1. Aurora Australis. What if the night sky suddenly exploded in color, dancing silently above a frozen world? Welcome to the magic of the Aurora Australis, also known as the Southern Lights, a celestial phenomenon that turns Earth's southern skies into a glowing canvas of green, pink, violet, and red. But how does it happen? High above the Earth, charged particles from the sun collide with gases in our atmosphere, mostly oxygen and nitrogen. These collisions release bursts of light, creating the natural light show we call an aurora. Unlike the famous northern lights, the Aurora Australis appears in the southern hemisphere, often glowing over Antarctica, Tasmania, New Zealand, and parts of southern Australia. In the icy stillness of Antarctica, where darkness can last for months, these lights paint the skies with ethereal beauty, a cosmic reminder of how alive the universe really is. What makes it even more special? It's incredibly rare and difficult to witness, a reward for those who journey to Earth's southernmost edges. Would you brave the cold and the dark to watch the heavens come alive? Number 2. Antarctic Peninsula. What if there was a place so untouched it feels like the planet's final frontier? Welcome to Antarctica, the coldest, driest, and windiest place on Earth, yet also one of its most breathtaking. Covered in ice up to 4.8 kilometers thick, this frozen continent holds 90% of the world's freshwater and is home to towering glaciers, surreal blue ice, and vast white deserts that stretch beyond the horizon. But Antarctica isn't just ice, it's alive. Here, emperor penguins huddle against brutal winds, whales breach through icy waters, and seals nap on floating glaciers. Beneath the surface, rich ecosystems thrive, fed by cold, nutrient-dense currents. This is Earth's last truly wild place with no cities, no countries, and no permanent residents. Only scientists and explorers braving its extremes to understand our planet's past and future. But this remote wonder is also fragile. As climate change accelerates, its ice is melting faster than ever, threatening coastlines across the globe. Antarctica is a mirror. It reflects not just our planet's beauty, but our responsibility to protect it. Would you journey to the ends of the earth to witness the silence of a world untouched? Number 3. Raja Ampat, Indonesia. If the ocean had a crown, and it shimmered with life in every color imaginable. Welcome to Raja Ampat, the remote Indonesian archipelago known as the crown jewel of marine biodiversity. Located in West Papua, this island shade is home to more than 75% of the world's coral species and over 1,500 species of fish, making it the most biodiverse marine ecosystem on Earth. But it's not just a diver's paradise, it's a living masterpiece. Imagine swimming through crystal clear waters, gliding past manta rays, sharks, turtles, and clouds of neon-colored fish. The coral reefs here are so vibrant and untouched, they feel like a glimpse into the ocean's purest form. Above the surface, limestone cliffs, lush jungles, and secluded beaches create a world that's as wild as it is peaceful. Many of Raja Ampat's islands are still uninhabited, preserving their raw, untouched beauty. Accessible only by boat, this paradise is remote. But that's exactly what protects it. Raja Ampat isn't just a destination, it's the heart of Earth's underwater soul. Would you journey to the edge of the world to dive into nature's most dazzling secret? Number 4. The Richat Structure, Mauritania. What if there was a giant eye staring back at us from the middle of the desert? Welcome to the Richat Structure, also known as the Eye of the Sahara. a massive 40-kilometer wide formation in the middle of Mauritania that can only be fully seen from space. From above, it looks like a giant bullseye or fossilized ripple, so perfect it seems like it couldn't possibly be natural. But here's the twist: it is. For years, scientists thought it was the impact side of a meteor, but now most believe it's a deeply eroded geological dome formed over hundreds of millions of years by wind, water, and tectonic uplift. Still, its perfect circular shape continues to baffle experts and inspire wild theories, from lost civilizations to it being the real location of Atlantis. Surrounded by endless desert, the Eye of the Sahara feels like a message carved into the earth, bold, silent, and still not fully understood. It's one of the planet's most mysterious landforms, hiding in plain sight. Would you journey to the eye of the desert to glimpse Earth's forgotten secrets? Number 5. Petra, Jordan. What if an entire city was carved straight into rose-red cliffs and then lost to the world for centuries? This is Petra, the ancient wonder of Jordan and one of the new 7 wonders of the world. Built over 2,000 years ago by the Nabateans, Petra was a bustling trade hub connecting Arabia, Egypt, and the Mediterranean. But what makes Petra extraordinary isn't just its age, it's its architecture carved directly into stone. The most iconic structure, Al-Khazna, or the Treasury, stands nearly 40 meters tall, its detailed facade sculpted entirely from the sandstone cliff. To reach Petra, you walk through the narrow Seek, a winding gorge that suddenly opens into a view so dramatic it takes your breath away. For centuries, Petra was forgotten, hidden in the desert, and known only to local Bedouins. It was rediscovered in 1812, and since then has amazed archaeologists, travelers, and filmmakers alike. Now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Petra is not just a city, it's a masterpiece carved by time, wind, and human hands. Would you journey through a canyon to uncover a city lost to the sands? Number 6. Halong Bay, Vietnam. What if a dragon helped shape one of the most stunning landscapes on Earth? Welcome to Halong Bay, Vietnam's breathtaking UNESCO World Heritage Site, where over 1,600 limestone islands rise dramatically from emerald green waters cloaked in mist and mystery. According to ancient Vietnamese legend, when invaders threatened the land, the gods sent a family of dragons to protect it. The dragons spat out jade and jewels, which turned into the islands, forming a fortress against enemies. The name Halong literally means descending dragon. But even without the myth, the bay feels otherworldly. Over millions of years, nature carved these towering karsts through erosion and time. Some islands are hollow, hiding secret caves and glowing grottos. Others are covered in jungle, home to rare plants and hidden wildlife. Fishermen still live on floating villages between the rocks, navigating the same waters their ancestors did centuries ago. Whether you cruise at sunrise, kayak through sea caves, or just float in silence, Halong Bay offers more than a view, it offers a sense of wonder. Would you sail through the legend of a dragon-made paradise? Number 7. Bagan, Myanmar. Imagine standing at sunrise surrounded by over 2,000 ancient temples as hot air balloons drift silently above the mist. This is Bagan, Myanmar's lost city of wonders. Once the heart of a powerful kingdom, now one of the most surreal archaeological landscapes on Earth. Between the 9th and 13th centuries, over 10,000 temples, stupas, and monasteries were built here. Time and nature wore many down, but today the vast plains still hold thousands, rising from the earth like timeless sentinels of faith. No two temples are exactly alike. Some are massive and gold-tipped, while others are small and forgotten, hidden among trees and dust. Inside, you'll find faded murals, serene Buddhas, and silence that feels sacred. Bagan isn't just visually stunning, it radiates ancient energy. Whether you explore by e-bike, horse cart, or watch the sunset from a quiet pagoda, every moment feels like you've stepped back in time. Few places offer this kind of untouched spiritual magic. Would you wander a city built by devotion and frozen in time? Number 8. Pamukkale, Turkey. What if you found a place where the earth looks like it's covered in snow, but it's warm to the touch? Welcome to Pamukkale, Turkey's stunning cotton castle. A landscape so surreal it looks like it belongs in a dream. Towering white terraces flow down a hillside, formed not by snow or ice, but by calcium-rich thermal waters that have cascaded down for thousands of years. These terraces, called travertines, are made of solidified mineral deposits that create natural infinity pools, glowing with soft blues and milky whites. But this place isn't just about beauty, it's been a healing destination since Roman times. Nearby lie the ruins of Hierapolis, an ancient city built over 2,000 years ago where people came to soak in the thermal waters, believed to cure everything from arthritis to skin conditions. Even today, visitors come from around the world to bathe in the warm, mineral-rich pools, surrounded by one of the most otherworldly backdrops on Earth. It's not just a place you visit, it's a place you feel. Would you step into nature's spa, sculpted by time and water? Number 9. Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia. Imagine standing on a surface so reflective it feels like you're walking in the sky. Welcome to Salar de Uyuni, the world's largest salt flat stretching over 10,000 square kilometers in southwest Bolivia. But during the rainy season, something magical happens. It transforms into a perfect natural mirror, reflecting the sky so clearly it blurs the line between earth and heaven. Formed from ancient lakes that evaporated thousands of years ago, the salt flat is now a thick crust of pure white salt, stretching as far as the eye can see. Beneath it lies one of the planet's largest lithium reserves, a hidden treasure powering our digital world. But Salar de Uyuni is more than just a salt bed. It's a photographer's dream, a surreal wonderland where horizons disappear and reality feels distorted. Even NASA uses it to calibrate satellites, that's how flawless it is. From mirror-like illusions to alien-like landscapes, this place redefines what Earth can look like. Would you step into a world where the sky and ground become one? Number 10. Antelope Canyon, Arizona. What if sunlight could turn stone into fire? Welcome to Antelope Canyon, one of the most breathtaking natural wonders in the American Southwest. Hidden in the Arizona desert, this slot canyon is carved by centuries of flash floods and wind, creating narrow, twisting passageways with smooth, flowing walls. But what makes it truly magical is the light. When the sun is at just the right angle, beams of light pour in, bouncing off the sandstone walls and turning the canyon into a glowing tunnel of reds, oranges, and purples. The colors shift with every step, like walking through a living painting. Antelope Canyon is divided into upper and lower sections. The upper canyon is famous for its iconic light rays, while the lower canyon offers narrower paths and a more adventurous climb. Formed over millions of years, the canyon sits on Navajo land and is considered sacred. Every turn feels like stepping into nature's secret gallery, peaceful, surreal, and unforgettable. Photographers from around the world come here chasing that perfect beam of light. But trust me, photos don't do it justice. Would you wander through a canyon where the walls glow with the sun? Number 11. Fly Geyser, Nevada. In the middle of Nevada's desert, something otherworldly rises from the earth, steaming, glowing, and impossibly colorful. This is Fly Geyser, a surreal geothermal wonder that looks like it belongs on an alien planet. But it's not a natural phenomenon, at least not entirely. Back in 1964, a geothermal test went wrong. When a well was drilled in the Black Rock Desert, hot water burst through and created a man-made geyser. Over decades, minerals built up, forming this bizarre, multicolored structure that still spews boiling water up to 5 feet high. Its colors? That's thanks to thermophilic algae, thriving in the scorching water and painting the geyser in vibrant reds, greens, and yellows. Today, Fly Geyser sits on private land owned by the Burning Man Project, and it's only accessible through guided tours. But even from a distance, it's a jaw-dropping sight, a living sculpture shaped by accident and time. Few places on Earth blur the line between science and art like this. Would you visit a geyser born from a mistake that turned into a masterpiece? Number 12. Zhangye, Danxia, China. What if I told you there's a mountain range that looks like it was painted by hand? Welcome to Zhangye Danxia National Geopark in Gansu Province, China, home to the world-famous Rainbow Mountains. These natural formations explode with color, layers of red, orange, yellow, and blue stretching across the landscape like an artist's brushstroke on stone. But this isn't art, it's geology at its most beautiful. Formed over 24 million years, the colors come from mineral-rich sandstone layered by time, tectonic shifts, and weather. Rain and wind carved the terrain into dramatic cliffs, towers, and valleys. Then nature added the color. The result? A surreal, rainbow-striped landscape that looks like it belongs on another planet. For centuries, locals believed the mountains were blessed, even magical. Today, they've become one of China's most iconic sites and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Best viewed after rain or at sunset, the colors glow with an intensity that cameras struggle to capture. But be warned, while the mountains look painted, they're real, untouched by human hands. This is Earth's palette at its finest. Would you stand in the middle of a rainbow carved from stone? Number 13. Mendenhall Ice Caves, Alaska. And the walls glowed like frozen blue fire. Welcome to the Mendenhall Ice Caves, hidden beneath the massive Mendenhall Glacier in Juneau, Alaska. Inside this icy world, you'll find tunnels of shimmering blue. So clear, it feels like walking through solid light. The caves are constantly shifting, carved by melting glacial water flowing beneath the ice. The deeper you go, the more surreal it becomes, arched ceilings, translucent walls, and a haunting silence that makes every drip echo like thunder. But here's the catch. These caves are disappearing. Due to climate change, the Mendenhall Glacier is melting faster than ever, retreating more than 2 miles in the past century. These ice caves, they appear and vanish without warning. What you see today may be gone tomorrow. Reaching them isn't easy. It involves hiking across rugged terrain and navigating slippery ice. But for those who make the journey, it's like stepping into another dimension, cold, glowing, and alive. The Mendenhall Ice Caves aren't just a destination, they're a fleeting masterpiece, sculpted by time and vanishing with it. Would you chase beauty before it melts away? Number 14. Lake Hillier, Australia. Imagine flying over the coast of Australia and spotting a lake that's not blue, but bright bubblegum pink. This is Lake Hillier, located on Middle Island off the southern coast of Western Australia. Just 600 meters long, it's one of the world's most vibrant and mysterious natural wonders. And no, it's not Photoshop. The lake really is naturally pink all year round. So what causes the color? Scientists believe it's due to a unique combination of salt-loving microalgae and bacteria. These tiny organisms produce a red pigment that, when mixed with the lake's high salt levels, turns the water a vivid pink. The color even stays when you bottle it. Lake Hillier was discovered in 1802 and has baffled explorers ever since. Despite decades of research, the full science behind its lasting color isn't completely understood. Surrounded by deep blue ocean, the contrast is almost unreal, like nature accidentally spilled paint across the landscape. Swimming isn't allowed to protect the lake's delicate balance, but just seeing it from above feels like witnessing something out of another world. Would you fly across the globe to see a real-life pink lake? Number 15. Chocolate Hills, Philippines. In the heart of the Philippines lies a landscape that looks like it belongs in a fantasy film. Welcome to Boho's Chocolate Hills, over 1,200 cone-shaped hills spread across the island, each almost perfectly symmetrical. During the dry season, their grass turns brown, giving them the look of giant chocolate drops. But how did they get here? Geologists believe the hills were formed from ancient coral deposits shaped over millions of years by rain and erosion. Still, the perfect shapes remain a mystery. Local legend offers a more magical explanation. One story tells of a giant who cried over lost love, his tears hardening into hill. Another says 2 giants threw boulders at each other in battle, leaving behind this strange terrain. Whatever you believe, the Chocolate Hills are more than just a geological wonder. They're a symbol of Filipino pride and culture. There's even an annual Chocolate Hills Festival celebrating local heritage, adventure, and the island's natural beauty. From above, it's a surreal sight, rolling waves of chocolate-colored hills stretching into the horizon. Would you hike into a landscape built by nature or heartbreak? Number 16. Glowworm Caves, New Zealand. What if I told you there's a cave where the ceiling glows like a galaxy? Where you welcome to Waitomo, New Zealand's most magical underground world, home to the famous Glowworm Caves. Inside, you'll drift through dark tunnels as thousands of tiny lights shimmer above you like stars. But they're not lights, they're living creatures. These glowworms, unique to New Zealand, emit a blue-green light to attract prey. In the pitch-black caves, it creates a surreal, almost spiritual experience. No noise, no technology, just the sound of water and a sky made of light. The caves themselves were formed over millions of years, carved by underground rivers. As you walk deeper, you'll see limestone formations, stunning stalactites, and ancient chambers that have remained untouched by time. Maori legends say these caves are sacred, and it's easy to see why. It's like stepping into another dimension, silent, glowing, alive. Waitomo isn't just a tourist attraction, it's a reminder that some of the world's most beautiful wonders are hidden in the dark. Would you float beneath a living sky? Number 17. Giant's Causeway, Northern Ireland. Along the rugged coast of Northern Ireland lies a landscape so strange it feels like it was built by giants. This is the Giant's Causeway, a vast stretch of over 40,000 interlocking basalt columns, perfectly shaped like hexagons, stepping straight into the sea. But here's the mystery. They weren't carved by hand. They were forged by volcanic fire over 50 million years ago when lava cooled and cracked into these geometric shapes. Nature somehow built a stone staircase fit for legends. And speaking of legends, local myth says it was created by the Irish giant Fionn McCumb, who built the path to fight a Scottish giant across the sea. When he saw how huge his rival was, Fionn fled back and disguised himself as a baby. The Scottish giant, terrified by the baby's size, smashed the causeway and ran, leaving behind the ruins we see today. Myth or science, the Giant's Causeway is one of Earth's most unique natural wonders. Waves crash, wind howls, but the stones stand, perfectly placed, like a forgotten road to another world. So the only question is, would you walk the path built by fire or by giants? Number 18, Rainbow Mountain, Peru. High in the Peruvian Andes, there's a mountain that looks like it was painted by the gods. Welcome to Rainbow Mountain, also known as Vinicunca, a natural wonder striped with stunning shades of red, yellow, turquoise, and lavender. But these colors aren't artificial, they're real, and they're ancient. Millions of years ago, the area was a seabed. Over time, tectonic shifts pushed up layers of mineral-rich sediment. Iron, copper, sulfur, and other elements gave the mountain its signature colors. Add thousands of years of wind and weather, and nature's own paintbrush did the rest. Rainbow Mountain sits at over 17,000 feet above sea level. That means breathtaking views and thin air. The hike is tough, but the payoff? Unforgettable. Not long ago, this mountain was hidden under snow. Only recently has climate change revealed its colors to the world, turning it into one of Peru's most photographed destinations. But despite its beauty, the journey isn't just about pictures. It's a spiritual experience, a walk through ancient land still sacred to the Andean people. So here's the question. Would you climb 17,000 feet to see a rainbow made of stone? Number 19, Blood Falls, Antarctica. In the middle of Antarctica's icy white silence, there's a waterfall that flows bright red. This eerie phenomenon is called Blood Falls, and it pours from the Taylor Glacier into a frozen lake in McMurdo Dry Valleys, one of the most extreme, lifeless places on Earth. For years, no one understood how red liquid could flow in a place so cold it rarely melts. Some thought it was red algae, but the truth is even stranger. The color comes from iron-rich, salty water trapped beneath the glacier for over 1 million years. When it finally surfaces, the iron reacts with oxygen and turns a deep blood red like rust spilling from the ice. But here's the wild part. This underground lake has no sunlight, no oxygen, and yet life still exists inside it. Microbes living in complete isolation, untouched by the outside world, have adapted to survive in one of Earth's harshest environments. Blood Falls isn't just creepy, it's a clue. Scientists believe places like this can help us understand how life might survive on Mars or icy moons like Europa. It's nature's horror movie and science fiction all in one. Would you stand where the ice bleeds? Number 20, the Marble Caves of Chile. Hidden deep in Patagonia, there's a place so surreal it feels like stepping into a dream. Welcome to the Marble Caves, a natural wonder carved by water over thousands of years, located on the remote shores of General Carrera Lake in Chile. Waves from the lake have slowly sculpted these caves into swirling, polished tunnels of blue, gray, and white marble. But what truly makes them magical is the light. Sunlight bouncing off the water paints the walls in vibrant shades of turquoise and sapphire. No two visits ever look the same. The caves aren't easy to reach. First, you travel to the tiny town of Puerto Rio Tranquilo, then take a boat or kayak across the glacier-fed lake. But the journey, worth every second. It's one of the few places in the world where nature becomes living art, shifting, glowing, and whispering with the motion of water. The marble caves aren't just a destination, they're a reminder that nature, when left untouched, creates beauty far beyond what we could ever imagine. Would you dare explore this glowing labyrinth? Number 21. Socotra Island, Yemen. What if Earth had a place so alien it looked like another planet? Welcome to Socotra, a remote island off the coast of Yemen, often called the Galapagos of the Indian Ocean. Nearly 40% of its plant life exists nowhere else on Earth. The most iconic, the dragon's blood tree. With its umbrella shape and blood-red sap, it looks like something from a sci-fi film. Alongside it, you'll find desert roses shaped like swollen bottles, rare birds, and bizarre insects found nowhere else. This island is a living fossil, a lost world isolated for millions of years. Despite its otherworldly look, Socotra is home to local communities with centuries-old traditions. But its remote beauty comes at a cost. Getting here isn't easy, and tourism is tightly controlled to protect the fragile ecosystem. There are no big resorts, no crowded streets. Just raw, untouched nature, wild coastlines, and silence that stretches for miles. Socotra isn't just a place, it's a reminder of what the world looked like before time, before cities, before we changed everything. Would you explore Earth's strangest island? Number 22. The Singing Dunes of Kazakhstan. What if I told you there's a sand dune in Kazakhstan that can sing? In the heart of Altin Emel National Park lies a massive dune over 150 meters high and 3 kilometers long that produces a deep, mysterious humming sound when the sand shifts. It's not a myth, it's a real natural phenomenon called the singing dunes. When the weather is dry and the wind hits just right, the dune emits a low-frequency vibration that sounds like an aircraft or distant thunder. Scientists believe it's caused by friction between sand grains, but no one fully understands why only a few dunes in the world can do this. Locals believe the sound is from a sleeping spirit beneath the sands. Some say it's the voice of the desert itself. Climbing the dune is tough, but at the top you're rewarded with sweeping views of the Ili River and the vast Kazakh steppe. And if you're lucky, you'll hear the desert sing. In a world full of noise, this is nature's rare voice, one you can feel in your chest, one you'll never forget. Would you dare to listen? And there you have it. 22 destinations that prove our planet is way more incredible than most people realize. From singing sand dunes to underwater cathedrals, from mountains that look like alien art to lakes that mirror the sky, these places remind us that Earth is full of wonders that can literally change how you see the world. The crazy thing? This list could easily be 100 destinations long. Our planet is packed with incredible places that most people will never hear about. Hidden gems waiting to blow your mind and challenge everything you thought you knew about travel. So here's my challenge to you. Pick one of these destinations, just one, and start planning. Stop dreaming about someday and start making it happen. Because life's too short to spend it looking at incredible places through a screen when you could be standing there in person, having your mind completely blown by the incredible world we live on. Which destination caught your attention? Drop a comment and let me know which one made you start Googling flights. And if you're ready to discover more hidden gems that will change your perspective on travel, remember, the world is full of wonders. You just need to know where to look for them. Until next time, keep exploring, keep wondering, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible in your travels. Trust me, our planet has way more surprises in store than you can imagine.